Authorities have disclosed more distressing information about the tragic death of Sophia Hutchins, who was well known as Caitlyn Jenner's manager and trusted confidant. Hutchins, only 29, died earlier this week in a devastating ATV accident that occurred on a winding stretch of Decker Canyon Road in Malibu, California. According to statements given to DailyMail.com, investigators believe Hutchins was driving at high speed when the crash happened. She had been traveling southbound on the steep, twisting road behind the wheel of a black and blue 2013 Polaris side-by-side ATV when she collided with a gray 2016 Mazda 6. Sergeant Eduardo Saucedo, who works with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department at the Malibu/Lost Hills station, explained to the Daily Mail that speed appears to have been a major factor in the tragic incident. "It looks like she may have been speeding and rear-ended the other car, the other party, and then that caused her to veer to the right and go off the cliff," Saucedo stated. He emphasized that there was no sign that Hutchins had been tailgating the Mazda. Rather, it seems she caught up to the slower-moving vehicle too quickly and struck it before she could safely maneuver around it. The Mazda involved in the collision was carrying 2 women at the time. Sergeant Saucedo clarified that Hutchins likely attempted to swerve around the car but was traveling too fast to execute the move safely. As a result, the ATV clipped the back of the Mazda, causing Hutchins to lose control and plunge over the edge of the steep cliff. The fatal crash took place around 11:30 a.m. on July 2, only a short distance, roughly a quarter mile, from Decker Edison Road, which is near Jenner's mountainside home. Saucedo also revealed that Caitlyn Jenner herself is believed to have arrived at the crash site while deputies were still on the scene, though no official comment was provided about her visit. The Sheriff's Department has said that it will take some time to determine whether alcohol or drugs played any role in the tragedy. A toxicology report will be completed by the coroner's office to clarify that possibility. A search and rescue unit had to rappel down the steep ravine to retrieve Hutchins' body. Sadly, she was declared dead at the scene due to the severity of the crash and the steep drop of roughly 350 feet. Miraculously, both women inside the Mazda escaped the terrifying incident without injury. They remained at the site afterward and spoke with investigators to provide witness statements. It was revealed that the Mazda's driver was a local real estate agent who had been in the area showing a property at the time of the collision. Saucedo also noted that the wrecked ATV still remains in the ravine because the towing company that arrived did not have equipment with cables long enough to haul the vehicle back up the cliffside. Meanwhile, the tragic news has left Caitlyn Jenner, 75, reeling with grief. On Friday, the Olympic icon and reality TV star told DailyMail.com she was enduring a particularly tough time in the wake of her friend's sudden death. She spent Independence Day in solitude at her remote Malibu retreat, a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom home perched atop a scenic mountaintop with panoramic views of the ocean and canyons. Jenner purchased the property in 2015 for about $3.6 million. Later that afternoon, she was spotted quietly stopping by a local Starbucks along the Pacific Coast Highway for a drink, keeping a low profile amid the heartbreak. This is not the first time Jenner has faced unimaginable loss connected to a road accident. Back in 2015, Jenner herself was involved in a fatal car crash that made headlines nationwide. She had been driving her Cadillac Escalade, towing an off-road vehicle, when traffic slowed unexpectedly in front of her. Jenner's vehicle rear-ended a Lexus driven by Kimberly Howe, 70. The force of that impact sent Howe's car into oncoming traffic, where it was struck head-on by a Hummer. Tragically, Howe died at the scene, and the collision ultimately involved 4 separate vehicles. An investigation determined that while Jenner had been traveling at a legal speed limit, her speed was still deemed unsafe for road conditions. She hit the brakes about 1.5 to 2 seconds before the collision and had eased off the accelerator around 4 seconds earlier. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office ultimately declined to pursue vehicular manslaughter charges, citing insufficient evidence to prove Jenner had acted negligently. Even so, Jenner later paid out a settlement of $800,000 and covered the plaintiff's legal and medical expenses. Sophia Hutchins, whose bright and ambitious presence touched many, first rose to wider public awareness through her appearances on the reality series I Am Kate, which aired for 2 seasons and focused on Jenner's life after her transition. The two were first introduced in 2015 through a mutual hairstylist, not long after Jenner came out as transgender, a moment that Hutchins herself later described as a major inspiration for her own journey. At the time, Hutchins was a student at Pepperdine University, and she later told her school newspaper that Jenner's courage gave her the push she needed to complete her transition. By 2017, Hutchins and Jenner had grown extremely close. Sophia moved in with Caitlyn and became her manager, helping steer the former Olympian's public appearances and business engagements. Despite constant rumors swirling that their close bond was romantic, both women repeatedly clarified that they were never involved romantically. In an interview with the New York Times back in 2019, Hutchins said, "I don't feel a need to address my sex life, quite frankly, unless I want to." She also noted that while she had good relationships with all of Jenner's famous family, she felt particularly close to Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, and Kendall Jenner. Hutchins' last high-profile public outing with Jenner was in April 2024 when she accompanied her to the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C. Like Jenner, Hutchins was vocal in her support of Donald Trump and his political movement. She once posted a photo online celebrating with Judge Jeanine Pirro, captioning it with a message about the enduring energy and commitment of the Save America movement. Jenner herself shared the image with her 15 million Instagram followers. Sophia's final Instagram post, made this past April, showed a repaired candelabra, a small, symbolic moment that now feels poignant in light of her sudden death. The loss of Sophia Hutchins marks the end of a chapter that shaped not only her own life but also became part of Jenner's public journey. Her death leaves behind unanswered questions, a community in mourning, and a friend who will carry yet another heavy burden of loss connected to the winding roads of Malibu's beautiful but dangerous hills. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.